Hey guys, Realtor Adele, your favorite realtor and investment property strategist. Welcome to the monthly housing market report where we discuss home prices and appreciation, mortgage interest rates, housing affordability, and current real estate trends. We also take a look at the economy, jobs market, rate of inflation, and whatever else may be going on globally or politically that may impact the way we buy and sell real property. In this month's report, we highlight the rise of inventory levels, what it means for both buyers and sellers, as well as what you should do if you're hoping to buy or sell a home in this current environment. We also take a look at the current mortgage interest rate and examine why rates probably won't be greatly declining anytime soon. Let's begin. Here's where inventory is growing the fastest. The blue bars show inventory growth year over year in each region. In the Midwest and Northeast, that was where there was the most inventory deficit. Inventory growth is up by 22.9. In the Midwest, however, it was down by 41% from pre-pandemic levels or during the pre-pandemic. And then we can see what those levels were in the Northeast. So inventory levels are up by 19%. However, pre-pandemic levels, inventory levels were down by 52.5%. In the South and West, we have the reverse going on. In those regions, we can see inventory growth by 3.6 and 10.8% respectively, and those are the green bars. However, we can see what the inventory growth is currently in both of those regions, which is 3.9% or 32.9% and 40.7%. Here's a glimpse of housing deficit and surplus chart dating back to 2012. It provides a snapshot of inventory over the years. However, if we focus on the most recent years, so the red bars to your right, we can see how inventory levels compares to then and now. With the current rise in inventory, 2025 levels are sure to close that deficit gap. Speaking of those most recent years, here we can see a steady growth of housing inventory over the last 5 years. Here's a look at existing home sales, and we can see that home sales are down since 2021. We can notice that consistent decline in home sales, and of course, that is the result of increased inventory and with no real adjustments to improve mortgage interest rates. That resulted in home sales being stagnant and trending mostly downward or flattening. The previous charts honed in on inventory levels nationally and also by region. The impact of increased inventory levels means more competition amongst property sellers. This usually results in price adjustments in an effort to reduce days on market and ultimately sell the property before it expires. Here we see the percentage rate of reduced prices state by state. In Georgia, 21% of listings had price reductions as of last month. Increased housing inventory naturally means more options for home buyers. However, there is still the issue of affordability. With rates remaining pretty much stagnant, this also contributes to lower home sales. In addition to property sellers lowering their asking price, it still doesn't necessarily mean that they will get it. Nationally, 44% of sellers end up selling for less than what they initially wanted. In the following slide, we break down home sales in Metro Atlanta, including data on whether sellers are receiving their asking price or not. Let's take a look at housing market trends in Metro Atlanta, starting with single family detached. Pending sales were 3,764. Actual closed sales 4,074. Days on market until sale 34. Average sales price $590,570. Sellers are receiving 98.8% of their asking price. Month supply of inventory 4.3. As for attached homes, pending sales were 950, closed sales 1,075, days on market 46, average sales price $417,634. Sellers received 98.3% of their asking price. Month supply of inventory 5.7. On the following page, we break down what determines a buyer's market or a seller's market. If you have a home or investment property that you're thinking of selling, or if you're curious about its current value, scan the QR code for an estimated home valuation. The results are based on a combination of actual home sales within a certain radius of your home or property. Of course, if you're interested in a more customized valuation, please contact me and I'll be happy to provide that for you. Here's a look at mortgage rate projections from Fannie Mae, Mortgage Bankers Association, National Association of Home Builders, and Wells Fargo. We have the individual projections, then the average of all four is in the last column. I shared this chart in last month's report and figured that it was worth sharing again since rates still haven't hit these expectations. Keep in mind that the riskier it is to lend money, the more expensive it will be to obtain it. Since rates are determined by the overall economy, inflation, political and geopolitical activities such as the health crisis we recently had a few years ago with the pandemic, also wars and threats of wars that we're actually experiencing right now collectively, it is riskier or risky to lend money. Hence the pressure on mortgage interest rates. The following chart shows the current interest rate for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. To recap, nationally, housing inventory is the highest it's ever been since 2019. Increased inventory and stagnant rates have resulted in declining home sales. More inventory equals more options for buyers and more competition among sellers. Georgia is currently experiencing a balanced market in some areas and a buyer's market in others. Average sales price is $590,570 for single family detached. Average days on market 34. Month supply of inventory 4.3. Sellers are currently receiving 98.8% of their asking price. As for attached homes, average sales price is $417,634. Days on market is 46. Month supply of inventory 5.7. Sellers are receiving 98.3% of their asking price. Metro Atlanta is currently experiencing a balanced market for the most part. The current rate for a 30-year fix is 6.67%. As always, it's my goal to provide you with accurate information from trusted sources so that you can make the best decisions for yourself and your family. If you're thinking of buying or selling a home, scan the QR code on this page to access my free home buyer and seller guides. If you found value in anything I've shared, please click the like button. Of course, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on future videos. Most of all, please share this video with anyone you feel may find value in it as well. That's all for now. See you on the next one.